Nicholas, Bridget, Caleb, Randy, Samson, Brittany, Chris, Keith, Laura, Philip, Morgan, Lindsay, Matthew, Demetrius, Latasha, Cedric, Andrew. These are names of children who probably have died today or yesterday. And there are many more names that are going to add to this. About a month ago, the Lord asked me, Chris, how would you be acting if they were walking 3-year-olds in an abortion clinic? How would you guys be acting? And that's a question, and it demands us to begin to act that way. I'm sure right now, if I began sick and I was in the hospital, I have enough people I know that they would probably be, and I was on my deathbed potentially, would probably be on night and day prayer watches for me. Thank God. I trust that I have friends like that. I trust that that they wouldn't stop praying. If I had a child who was sick, best believe, and they were going to die, best believe I'd be calling everybody to pray, and I wouldn't stop, and I would be grieving, I'd be hitting the ground until this thing comes. So we must begin to ask God to give us a revelation of how His heart feels about when we kill children. I know it's hard because we've grown up with this and we're kind of desensitized. But hear me. Now, the issue is this, like I said in one of my other videos, that when blood is spilled, we are normally touched. And if you know anything about me, about my ministry, I believe there's another tornado coming to North Minneapolis. And I believe many are going to die in that day if it ends up coming, because God is going to judge this city for its wickedness. But the question is that even if 300 people died, which I don't know if that's the number or not, that wouldn't even begin to touch how many children die daily in this nation, let alone in a week through abortion. And so there's urgency for us to repent, but even in that judgment, and our hearts are going to be grieved, and people are going to die, our family, and we're going to be crying out. But this week, we are in a disaster mode. That right now, this is a model, a baby model, of this is 22 weeks, 4 months. Sorry, I'm not doing the math right. But 4 months, probably 20 weeks, or actually 16 weeks. This is what a child looks like in the womb, and they snatch this little one out, and we kill this daily. And this is what a child looks like at 12 weeks. This is how small they are at 12 weeks, and they're sucked into vacuums. These children have real names, real destinies, and and the Lord desires us to look at it like it is. It's realness. And some of us get offended when people show pictures of aborted babies. Well, beloved, it's what's needed so we can see it. In Ezekiel, God takes Ezekiel and He says, "The land is full of blood and the city full of injustice." That's what our city is filled with, blood, baby's blood. Then He tells Ezekiel, and He takes him by the hair and He shows him what's going on. He says, "See, look at this, look at that. Have you not seen? Have you not seen?" Sometimes we have to be able to see what's going on so that our hearts can begin to be moved by it. How will we feel today if, I don't know how many kids can fit in a bus, but if a busload of kids blew up today? How will we feel tomorrow if somebody went into a classroom, just one classroom in one part of the state, and shot up every kid in the classroom? How will we feel the next day it happened in another part of the city? How will we feel if it happened again in another part of the state? If every day we have 40 kids shot in their classrooms, we will be outraged. We wouldn't be able to sleep. We would think about it. We would be praying for the cops and for God to bring justice to this thing. And this is why I can no longer, and you shouldn't be no longer silent about this. Use your Facebook, use your stage, use your platform, use any gifting that you have. Begin to sound the alarm that we are blowing up kids. We're shooting kids in the head. We're sucking them in the back. We're clipping their necks every day. This is not a political issue. This is not a side issue. This is the issue on God's heart, I believe. That how can I even begin to preach the gospel to these kids if we're killing them, if we're snatching their destiny away? So we have to begin to look at this the way God sees it. No, to ask God to wake you up like He's beginning to wake me up out of this apathy, out of this cloud, so we can have God's heart.